Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about the new Hulu series called Under the Bridge. And it is starring Riley Keough and Lily Gladstone. It's a true story about a 14-year-old girl from Canada named Reena Virk who went missing after meeting up with some friends at a party. It explores this story through the lens of a writer-novelist played by Riley Keough and a local police officer played by Lily Gladstone. And the story is by the acclaimed author Rebecca Godfrey's book, Under the Bridge. I didn't know this when I was watching the first two episodes because there's two episodes. They are out right now on Hulu. You can stream them. I did not know the author passed away back in 2022. Right before she passed away, the series got an 8-episode order. And one of the things that Rebecca wanted was for Riley Keough to play her and Lily Gladstone to be in the story. So she got her dream wish. It's unfortunate that neither one of them met her prior to her passing away. So here we are with the series. It's based on a true story. It kind of plops you into the 90s. So there's a lot of 90s soundtrack in the story, very nostalgic, and the aesthetics is very 90s. So I'm really enjoying this one. First of all, I'm a Lily Gladstone fan. I saw Lily Gladstone fancy dance at South by Southwest last year, and I really, really enjoyed it and have been following her ever since. And I'm a huge Riley fan. She directed War Pony, which was also at South by Southwest, and really appreciated her work in that and directing that cast. It's a great movie. I believe War Pony is out in streaming already. Apple TV acquired Fancy Dance, and that will be coming out later this summer. So I'm a huge fan of both these women. I was really impressed by the direction, the acting. I have a sense that Lily strikes me as a very sensitive actor. I love this role for her. It's true crime. She did Killers of the Flower Moon, which is also a true story. So I don't know the story. I didn't Google. I don't want to Google. I don't want to know. I want to be brought into this story, not knowing the background. It's a really great start to the series. I must admit that when I hear Under the Bridge, I think Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I think a part of me is wondering if the song will make an appearance in the series. I think it would be cool if it did. The first two episodes have dropped. I watched them both. Reena Virk is played by Vritika Gupta. This is a really great cast. Archie Punjiba is in it. She plays Reena Virk's mom, Suma. Matt Craven is also in it. Roy Bentlin, he plays Lily Gladstone's character's father. It's a little slow and angsty, so this will be a weekly release. So the first two episodes have a good amount of flashbacks and brings us to the present, and I think that that's great because it helps fill in some of the blanks. In terms of these characters, it feels like these two characters between Rebecca and Cam, which is Riley and Lily Gladstone's character. Between these two characters, there's just a lot there with Cam. Wants to leave. She wants to get out of town. She wants to go to Vancouver and work there. And Rebecca did leave and then came back. I would even say that maybe there's something going on there romantically, or I'm not really quite sure. There's obviously some things that have not been resolved between these two characters. And so you feel that and you understand that in the way that between those two and Reena, there's this idea of who they are, how they fit in their perspective worlds. So definitely there's this theme of identity and trying to figure out their place, trying to fit in, especially with Reena. It just seems like she'd push against her culture in some of the scenes that we see in the first two episodes. It will be really interesting where this goes. And with Cam, her dad's a chief, and she put in, I guess, a request to be moved to Vancouver and get out of where she's at right now. And she's adopted. So we find that Cam has a past at the same Seven Oaks home that some of our characters are in, namely Josephine, who is kind of like the ringleader, and Dusty is Reena's best friend. And so there's just a lot of interconnectedness going on. And then when Rebecca came into the picture, we find that Rebecca and Cam have a history. It feels like a very painful history. So it'd be really, really interesting to see where that goes and takes us throughout the series. I'm really excited about this one. It's been on my list for this year to see. And Hulu has been doing some really good stuff with not just this one, but with Hulu FX Shogun. I know I don't talk about Shogun, but don't fall asleep on that one. That one's also amazing. So Riley's character, Rebecca, comes into the picture in the first episode, and it seems like she's been spending time in New York. She's a writer. She comes back to visit after 10 years of being gone. You can tell that there's some sort of tension in the family. Later, we see her brother has passed away. We don't know what happened to him just yet. And the way that Rebecca gets into the story of this crime is she's doing research for her book. And so she is, of course, going to the girls' home there in town, and she runs into one of the main characters who is friends with Reena. Her name is Josephine, and Josephine, I can already tell, is very complex and might be slightly annoying as well. And she has this really thick facade of strength and badassness, but really, I think deep down, I'm interested in seeing some other layers of her character, other than the one that she's presented so far. And then there's Dusty, Reena's best friend. She's an interesting character as well. She clearly is troubled by the events that occur after the party, and so we see her kind of struggling and trying to alleviate her guilt and her involvement in what happened that the night that Reena disappeared. That's all I'm going to say right now. I don't want to say too much, just because of spoilers, and I want, it just came out, so I want people to watch it. But I would give it a watch. I would give it a watch. At least these first 2 episodes they dropped gives you a little insight of the story and what's going on. I will be continuing this series to the end, and I will be talking to you more about the next episode that drops next week. Let me know your thoughts on the first 2 episodes. Please feel free to drop your comments below. Until then, you can watch Under the Bridge on Hulu, streaming right now. So check them out.